Hello guys, this is Sakti again, bringing you another video for YouTube. I'm really happy with the first replies that I got from my previous video about Sailor Moon and the things that it has taught me throughout the years, and that video was inspired by one of the posts of Na-i-sho from Tumblr. So if you aren't familiar with her blog, I really suggest you visit her because it's really great. Now for this video, I would really like to introduce you to my figure collection, or at least the ones that I already have here where I live. And this video was basically inspired for my sister. She recently had surgery, so I'm really hoping she's recovering well. I haven't talked to her really, but I know that she is getting better. So sis, this video is for you because the last question that you made to me was basically, how many figures do you have right now? And she knows that I have spent a lot of money and time into gathering this collection. It is not big by any means. I know there are other people out there who have like tons of figures, but at least this is a part of me and I would really like to share it with you. Now for starters, let's begin with something that everyone knows, and that is Evangelion. So I have been collecting a lot of Kotobukiya figures, and I think that their companies are the best that have been produced for Evangelion. Of course, there's Alter and other companies that have done really great jobs. So for example, I have a lot of Rei Ayanami figures, so this is one of them. This is another of them. Um, Kotobukiya has been producing this ever since the movies have been released. So I really like Rei. Asuka, she's one of my favorite characters, and I really like having a ton of figures from her. So this is one of them. The other Kotobukiya one is this one, which I find the pose really cute. I mean, come on, it's just Asuka. It's just cute. And the last Asuka figure I have is one Alter produced with the alternative plug suit, whatever. And finally, I have also Mary and Kaworu. So Mary, I like her designs. I mean, she's nice and everything, and there seems to be like some romance going on with Asuka. At least that's what the fans like to think. And Kaworu, so Kaworu I found really cool because he has one of the best designs that he has had as a figure. And I'm sorry about the reflection out there, but you can see then the outside of my window and also my computer. In any case, Kaworu I find really great. He was really well made, and all of them have very accessible prices. So something that people has asked me through the years is, why don't you get the figures out of their boxes? And the reason is, I will do so eventually, but once I get like the proper crystal um, displays and everything. So right now I'm just renting this apartment. So basically it's not my permanent house, and I would really like to get something decent to display my figures. So that's the reason why. Going into the second set of figures that I really enjoy, that's all the Tekken figures produced by Kotobukiya. So this is the Bishoho line. I really and have always enjoyed playing Tekken, so it was like a fact that I was going to get these figures. They all started with Christy Montero, so as you can see here. Christy has a really awesome design, and all these designs have been by Shunya Yamashita. So I really respect him as an illustrator, and he really gives the best out of these figures. Now, the second one that I got from this line was Elisa Voskonovich. So she's a robot, and of course, she was created by a Russian doctor, scientist, and she is simply lovely. And one of the figures that I got from her was basically that one that I just showed, but also this one, which is like the limited edition in a different color. So one of my friends was just asking, like, if you already have this one, why do you need this one? And I said, well, it's just because you need to have them both. They're like sisters. So, anyways, the Bishoho collection I really like, and is one that I'm really hoping to finish whenever they finish. So this is like another part of it. All right, now going into the really old figure collection. Here we have some Devilman. So Devilman and all other works by Gonagai, like Messenger, Massenkaiser, Grandizer, Cutie Honey, I really, really love. So here we have one of them, Devilman. So I tried to look for these figures that, I mean, they're over 10 years old, probably over 20 years old. And getting them is basically through eBay of people who just like are just throwing them away or are trying to get some money out of it. If you haven't seen anything by Gona Guy, I seriously, seriously recommend you to do so because it's really great. It's very gory. Sometimes it has a lot of like sexual connotations and a lot of violence. And well, it's up to you if you want to see it or not, but it's really cool. So I think that he was well ahead of his time, and it's really worth watching it. So more of Gona Guy. I have Cutie Honey, which I already mentioned. So Honey is one of the origins of magical girls. I mean, it's not like the first one, but she really set up a lot of um, recurrent scenarios for next generation magical girls like Sailor Moon. So, like, if you really want to have a very detailed explanation about it, I suggest you visit Retrosofa's Tumblr blog because he really explains everything. But I mean, Cutie Honey is just like that cute little robot who can transform into many different things, like Hurricane Honey, who's like a racer, or like uh, I forgot the name of this one. Well, Chinese honey or something like that. Anyways, the point is that she has to transform. She's the daughter of a scientist who basically creates her, and she's a robot and she can transform into different things. These figures are actually from the newest Honey release, which is Red Cutie Honey, and it is really great. I mean, I really love the story, but also the drawings are really um, different and cool. So if we go to older Honey, then here I have some older pieces of her. So this is kind of like the old style Honey from the 19, well, this is Flash, so I assume this is like 1990s or so. But the original series was released in 1970s. So you really need to see this one, and it's really cool, really great. So Cutie Honey recommended. Let me just show you the last figure of Honey that I have. That's over here. And so here we go. So more Cutie Honey for you. Watch it. Really recommend it. Now, keeping with the pace of magical girls, here we have the other magical girls that I really, really like. And those are Meihime and Meiotome. So basically, there are two universes that use the same characters or almost use the same characters. The protagonist is different in Meihime and in Meiotome. So it is a series that I really highly recommend and that people who like magical girls don't really like go into, but it's really nice. There's a Yuri, a famous Yuri couple named Shizuru and Natsuki. So Natsuki here, and this is one of her staple poses in the series. And like, can you give us a ride? So that is very cute. This is the protagonist of Meihime, and well, she's cute. I mean, what can I say? If you really want to have like more magic feel serious, then you would need to go to Meiotome. So I mean, it's supposed to be magic, but in reality, it is more like advanced technology. So they use some earrings, and they basically the otome, so they're like maids. They are fighters, and they swear to fight for a master, and they basically enter a contract, and then they share their lives. So basically, if the otome dies, then the master dies, and it's like a very dark story. It's a lot of suffering, I have to say. And my favorite person, or well, character from Meiotome is Nina Wong. And Nina is like this very sweet girl who basically puts all of her effort into being the best otome in the academy. And I mean, she has her robe, so I'm just gonna take this out so you can see her better. So, I mean, her design is very cute. The problem is that she kind of falls in love with her adoptive father, well, stepfather, and that doesn't end that great. So, in any case, she's very cute. I really recommend you to watch this series. Problems arise when this girl makes friends with the other main character in Mayotome, which is Arika. So basically, Arika also falls in love with Nina's stepfather. And by the way, I really hate that guy. And who are my other favorite magical girls? Of course, Nanoha and Fate from Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha. So from them, I don't have as many figures as I would like because I basically got to know them quite late. Um, but when I saw the original series, I just instantaneously fell in love with them. So Fate is just so cute. I mean, it's really one of those series where you see the progression of the characters. And so the original series are like about 9 years old of age, and then they get these magical powers, and then Noah and Fate had to fight each other, but then they become friends, and etc. etc. But later on, you have then growing up together. So the second series is named Ace, and then there they meet their another friend Hayami Yagate, and they meet a bunch of people that they had to fight at first, but then they become friends with. And finally, the third animation that they release is named Strikers. So in Strikers, I mean, compared to the original series, you see a grown-up version of all the characters. So like this would be Fate, and you can see her um, costume and faces and everything change. And Nanoha, she also changes. So here's the Nanoha one. So this is why I really like this series. It shows you the progression of their lives and how they do and how they keep growing up and doing things and etc. etc. Now, getting back to the topic of old series, for example, like Cutie Honey or Devilman, we have another one of my most favorite ones, and that is Galaxy Express 999. So all this series was created by Leiji Matsumoto, and basically Leiji's universe encompasses Galaxy Express 999, Queen Emeralda's, Captain Harlock, Cosmo Warrior Zero, and Queen Millenia. So, I mean, it is a really extremely awesome um, universe. Leiji is basically one of my favorite mangakas. And if you don't know him, if you have ever seen Daft Punk's Interstellar 555, so basically Leiji was in charge of like designing the whole thing. So what I get from Galaxy Express 999, so it's like this unopened set of figures. Then I also got Metal, who is the protagonist of Galaxy Express 999. And funny enough, I actually got to know this series because I saw this figure announced on eBay, and it said retro metal figure Galaxy Express 999. So I look at it and I said, oh my god, that is an awesome figure and I should definitely have it. So I put my bet, it came straight from Japan, and I started watching the series and I couldn't really stop. It's over 100 episodes and I finished them in probably 2 months. Spent a lot of time watching it, and then I realized, like, okay, it was not only Galaxy Express 999, but actually there was another really cool girl in this series named Emeraldas. And basically, Emeraldas is a pirate from the space. So she's an Uchu Kaisoku, and she's also related to Captain Harlock. And this is Captain Harlock. So, if you know about these guys, there's going to be a new movie from Captain Harlock on September. So, I really recommend you to watch it. It's really amazing. And, well, that was kind of like the retro corner over there. I have a very cute figure of Metal and Emeralda, so I don't really want to spoil you who these girls are, but they're related. And oh, it's so cute. I really love it. And finally, going also into the old series, I don't know if you know about Versailles Novara or the Rose of Versailles, or better known as Lady Oscar. So Lady Oscar is also one of those like very classic animes, and you can see is this girl over here. So this is one of like the very rare figures that you find about Oscar that are really well made. So this is a Sega figure. It was produced, let me see, probably in the 1990s. And they're really expensive right now. When I got it, it was like 40 bucks, and right now it's over 150. So I'm really happy to actually have this one and know Oscar as I do, because she's one of my best anime characters. Also from the oldest corner, we have Hokuto no Ken, or the Feast of the North Star. So basically, the Feast of the North Star is one of those shonen series from the very early 80s. It is one of my favorite ones. It's about Kenshiro, who inherits the technique of the Hokuto Shinken, or the Feast of the North Star. So basically, if he punches you into one specific point in your body, or if he presses that point or different points, then you literally will just explode. So that's really cool. There are a lot of figures by Kyoto, and one of the early ones that I got was Toki. So these were made by Rebel Tech. So this Toki is originally the price was like 30 bucks. Right now it's also over 150, just like Oscar. So Toki is one of Kenshiro's brothers. Then you have Ray, who's one of Kenshiro's best friends. So he's really cool, and he also has like his own fighting style. I got this other figure later on because they've been doing a lot of like remakes and games and movies about Kenshiro because of this, I think it's 25th anniversary, because I mean the series is quite old. So what I do have is this other collection of small figures, and these small figures basically they're like almost 20, and I couldn't find the last ones. And what I did is one of my friends went actually to Japan, and I found those figures in Amazon Japan. So what I really did was ask her to send those figures over, and that's how I got to get them. And those include Kenshiro's brother, Yagi, who's like a really badass guy. He's really evil. And Yusa, who is one of the South technique representatives or generals. I mean, I saw these figures, this series so long ago. I have other assorted number of figures from Kenshiro as well, and like Juria, who's like the one Kenshiro loves, and stuff like that. And over there, now let me just move the computer so that you can see. Over there on the top, and now let me focus this one. We have a bunch of other figures, mainly Dragon Ball ones. So all of these are bootlegs, because to be honest, I didn't really know what the differences were in the beginning. So like Trunks and Vegeta, Freezer and other guys. I have some World of Warcraft over here. So I've always thought that World of Warcraft figures are always so awesome. So, and some other of my favorite, Sanakan and Keely from Blame. So that's Cyberpunk. If you haven't seen it, do it. And to finish with the video, I have like another selection of assorted figures, and this basically include Escalator from Beat Angel Escalator, which is a really good hentai. I'm sorry, I also watch those. We also have Maria from Hayate no Gotoku, or Hayate Combat Butler, which is a really funny series. We have the Black Magician Girl, which I really, really like. It's also by Kotobukiya. And I also have another one over here, which is Hatsune Miku. So Miku is very, very famous. She has like among the best figures I've seen and the best designs. And actually, this figure in particular, the VN02, it was released about 3 years ago, or almost 4. And when I first saw it, I fell in love with it instantly. And I thought that is such a cool figure. But it was so expensive I couldn't really afford it, being a student. So I just let it pass by, and then this year I found it in a very good offer, and I said that figure is mine. Soryu Asuka Langley. So this is an Asuka that I didn't show you in the beginning. I really love it. Also designed by Shunya Yamashita. And this is an amazing figure. So highly recommended to have one of these at home because it makes your heart feel good. And the final Miku that I have, this is Racing Miku for 2011. It is such a cute figure and such a well-made figure, but it's always dropping her little umbrella and I don't know why. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you for watching the video, for all your comments, and I'm really hoping to hear from you, and I'm really looking forward to it. Any comment that you may have, and remember, you only have one life. Have fun with it, but always respect other people. That is the only thing. So have a great day. Thanks for watching, and please keep on commenting and posting. I will keep on making videos. See you. Bye.